Hello, cutie patooties. Welcome back to Storytime with Miss Ogden. Today we're going to be reading two books, Johnny Appleseed and Apple Trouble. Let's get started. Johnny Appleseed by Madeline Olson. This is a story of a man who loved apples. His name was Johnny Chapman, but he was called Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed loved to go to new places. He walked in the woods, he walked up and down hills, and on his head he wore a pot. There's our fox. Is that Dot the fox? Johnny loved the animals he met. The animals came up close to him. They were not afraid. There he is playing with some bears. Johnny loved to be outdoors. At night, he sat by his fire. He ate nuts and berries for dinner. Most of all, Johnny Appleseed loved apples. He ate all kinds of apples, red, yellow, and green. Everywhere Johnny Appleseed went, he planted apples. He carried a sack filled with apple seeds. He helped people plant the seeds in the ground. First, he worked hard to clear the land. Then he planted apple seeds. The seeds were placed in rows. He showed people how to build fences. The fences helped to keep out animals. Now the seeds could grow to protect the seeds from the animals eating them. Look at that fox. He looks like he really wants to eat those apple seeds. So does the crow. Sometimes he gave people small apple trees. He showed the people how to plant the trees. Every spring, the trees bloomed with pink flowers. In the fall, the apples were ready to be picked from the trees. People made all kinds of delicious foods from the apples. They ate applesauce and apple butter. They drank cider. I love cider. Johnny Appleseed made many friends. Whenever Johnny visited, the people welcomed him. Johnny loved to talk with the children. He told them stories. Over the years, Johnny Appleseed planted many trees. He watched his trees grow tall. Johnny wanted everyone to enjoy apples. That is why he shared his apple seeds and trees. Thanks to Johnny Appleseed, today we enjoy many different kinds of apples. And here they have some examples of different kinds of apples. They have Golden Delicious, Macintosh, Russet, Rome Beauty, Jonathan apples. They have Red Delicious and Granny Smith. And they're also selling their cider, it looks like. The next time you eat an apple, think of Johnny Appleseed. That was a nice one. All right, let's go to our next book, Apple Trouble by Ragnhild Scanwell and Michael Terry. Apple Trouble. Hedgehog had just finished building her winter nest under the old apple tree. Not too large and not too small, just the right size for a nice long winter sleep. Suddenly, a juicy red apple landed on her back. Ouch! Squeaked Hedgehog. Plop. She curled into a spiny ball, hoping it would fall off, but when she uncurled, the juicy red apple was still there. Hedgehog tried to squeeze herself and the apple into the beautiful new nest. But could she get in? No, she could not. Not with the apple on her back. The nest was too small. Oh dear, she says. Squirrel, scurrying past with an armful of brown nuts, stopped to help. Stand still. I'll push the apple off, he said. And he pushed, and he struggled, and he heaved and he tugged. But the juicy red apple stayed where it was. Worse still, 3 of Squirrel's brown nuts got caught in Hedgehog's spines. So now she had a juicy red apple and 3 brown nuts on her back. "Oh dear," wailed Hedgehog. "Winter is coming and I can't get into my nest. What will I do?" "Try rolling on your back," snorted Pig, trotting up. "That'll get rid of it all." Hedgehog threw herself on the ground. Her little legs paddled in the air as she twisted and wriggled and rolled. I think it makes me laugh to think of a little hedgehog wiggling its legs in the air. "Has it all gone?" she asked hopefully, scrabbling to her feet. Pig shook his head. "Nope." The juicy red apple and the 3 brown nuts were still there. So were a small green pear and a crumpled brown leaf. "Oh dear," sighed the hedgehog, rolling her eyes. But up in the sky, sailing towards Hedgehog, she saw a colorful piece of paper. "Oh no," she cried. This way and that she ran as fast as she could. This way and that drifted the paper, and landed right on her back, between the apple and the 3 brown nuts. "It's not fair," cried Hedgehog, who now had a juicy red apple, 3 brown nuts, a small green pear, a crumpled brown leaf, and a colorful piece of paper on her back. "I'll never get into my nest." Hedgehog pattered to the pond and gazed at her reflection in the water. "Hello, Hedgehog. That's a lot of stuff on your back," croaked Frog. "Humph! I'm trying to get rid of it," sniffed Hedgehog. "Dive," said Frog. "That will wash it off." Hedgehog dipped a foot in the murky water, then dived. Splash! Her friends watched Hedgehog bobbing up and down. The juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the crumpled brown leaf, and the colorful piece of paper were all still there. So was a pink water lily, which is a kind of flower. "Glug, glug, glug," gurgled Hedgehog as the others heaved her out of the water. She did look funny. But Hedgehog did not find it funny. "Stop laughing," she spluttered and stamped her feet on the ground. "Where am I going to sleep?" Pig and Squirrel looked worried. So did Frog. "I do have one last idea," oinked Pig. "Squeeze through that hedge over there. That'll brush everything off." So Hedgehog closed her eyes and squeezed herself through the thick leaves. But it did get everything off her back. But did it get everything off her back? Nope. It did not. It was all still there. So were 4 ripe blackberries. And there, staring at her with a look of great surprise, stood Goat. "Ooh," cried Goat, "you've brought lunch." "Help yourself," said Hedgehog. "Take it all." What a lucky coincidence. "Yippee," brayed Goat. Then he picked off and ate the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the pink water lily, and the 4 ripe blackberries. For dessert, he ate the paper. The only thing left was a crumpled brown leaf. He just couldn't eat any more. "Hurrah!" cried Hedgehog. She felt as light as a feather. "Thank you, Goat," she said. Then she ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, through the gate, past the pond, across the orchard, under the tree, and home to her nest. Hedgehog squeezed into her little nest. It fitted her perfectly, and it was the best nest ever. Outside, a cold wind blew another apple off the tree. But it didn't fall on Hedgehog. She was safe in her nest and fast, fast asleep. The end. Thanks for joining me today, friends, for today's read alouds. I really enjoyed them, these 2 books that both had to do with apples. I can't wait to see you next time. Have a good afternoon. Bye.